A beautiful afternoon as we welcome you into Athens, Georgia, where the Gardner Webb Running Bulldogs will take on the number 18 Georgia Bulldogs in a midweek matchup. Jack Sadegan with you on the SEC Network. Gardner Webb, 5-4 coming out of the Big South. They've played in 6 one-run games already this season with 4 walk-off victories, but severely limited today. Only 12 available for the Running Bulldogs. Meanwhile, Georgia, 4-1 on their weekend at the Red and Black Showcase, with Ellie Armistead, the star, 3 home runs for her on the weekend. And in the circle for Georgia will be Britton Rogers. Rogers 3-0 on the season. And at the Red and Black Showcase, she only gave up 1 earned run in 12 2/3 with 10 strikeouts. Georgia in the all black, Gardner Webb, red pants and gray jerseys.
Against C.J. Landrum in right left field is Sidney Templey. Our umpires crew this afternoon and early evening, behind the plate, Miss Tanya Cash. At first base, Mr. Justin Holton. And at third base, Mr. Bart Rowan. The officiating
Abby Goodrum, the center fielder, will lead things off for Gardner Webb. Senior from North Carolina. As we start off this midweek matchup. First pitch from Rogers is fouled away. Goodrum 1 for her last 13. That one was an RBI double. She also has pretty good speed on the bases. Wind blowing out to center this afternoon. Goodrum into the center field role for the Running Bulldogs after Casey Fava, their transfer from Central Florida, was hurt before the season. She's out for the season. And Goodrum had to step into the center field role quickly. She's only ever played in the corner outfield spots. The 1-2 from Rogers, fouled back. That pitch, a 66-mile-per-hour fastball. Rogers will typically sit 63 to 66. .23 Ks for Rogers in 23 2/3. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Rogers starts with a strikeout.
Third baseman.
One down here in the top of the first. And Araceli Pesqueda, the third baseman, comes up. One of 3 lefties in the lineup for Gardner Webb. Corners coming in for Georgia. The pitch is cut on and missed. Pesqueda, a transfer from Grand Canyon University, played in 32 games over the past 2 seasons before transferring. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Pesqueda is 4 for her last 8. In that span, 2 doubles and an RBI. The 0-2, just high. Gardner Webb coming off of a very tough season in 2021. They went 5-29. Tom Cole, their head coach for nearly 2 decades, resigned at a very odd time in April. As that pitch is swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts for Rogers to open this game. And now Andrea Lyon, the first baseman, comes up. The junior with the most power in this Gardner Webb lineup, according to their first-year head coach Bailey Wignes. Lyon has 5 multi-hit games. She's hitting .516 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. All of those categories lead the team. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the first. That off-speed pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. Georgia defensively has Sydney Chambly in left field, Jada Kearney in center, CJ Landrum in right, Lacey Fincher at first, Savannah Sykes at second, and Ellie Armistead at short, and Sarah Mosley at third. Lindy Ray Davis behind the plate. The 1-1. Ripped foul down the third base line. Lyon in her 3rd season as a starter for Gardner Webb. She had a walk-off against Youngstown State early in the season when they attempted to intentionally walk her, left one over the plate, and she drove in the winning run. The 1-2. Hit in the air center field. Kearney coming on. She'll make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning with a pair of strikeouts for Britton Rogers. And we head to the bottom of the first. Georgia bats coming up on the SEC Network.
All right, remember fans, every time Georgia hits a home run, you win a t-shirt toss. Presented by Delta Airlines. Only the loudest fans will have t-shirts tossed their way.
Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first. A 1-2-3 inning for Britton Rogers with a pair of strikeouts. Brings up the Georgia bats, and in the circle for Gardner Webb is Sydney Gilbert, the left-hander, 2-0 on the season. Gilbert, a sophomore out of Hendersonville, North Carolina. She started in the lineup as the designated player today and then was switched into the pitcher spot once Gardner Webb took the field defensively. She'll start off against Savannah Sykes. Gilbert back-to-back complete game wins against East Tennessee State and Morehead State on Saturday and Sunday, as her first pitch to Sykes misses. Between those 2 games, 2 earned runs in 14 innings, 15 strikeouts. That pitch fouled back. And starting off against Savannah Sykes, who's playing second today, normally been in left field this season. And she's been as good as you can be for a leadoff hitter. On a 10-game hit streak, 5 straight leadoff hits for the senior. The 1-1. Outside. Georgia aided by the long ball on the Red and Black Showcase last weekend. 10 home runs in 5 games. That pitch misses inside, 3-1. Georgia Bulldogs in the Tony Baldwin era, his first season as head coach. Spent the last 5 seasons as associate head coach with Lou Harris-Champer, who retired this offseason. Sykes thought she had a walk, comes back with a full count. Payoff pitch. Lifted right field. Towards the foul line, Lawrence makes the catch.
Here's the left fielder, number 9.
One away with nobody on in the bottom of the first as Sydney Chambly comes to the plate. Played a lot of first base this season, but she's in left field today. And she's also swinging the bat very well. A .419 average that leads the team, 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. First pitch to her is a fastball for a strike. Chambly on an 8-game hitting streak. Shows bunt, pushes it foul. Quickly 0-2 to the sophomore Chambly. Chambly was on the All-SEC freshman team last season. The 0-2 slapped foul. Chambly, a Dallas, Georgia native. The 1-2 is hit up the middle for a base hit. First base runner of the game from either side is Sydney Chambly with a 1-out single in the bottom of the first. Now a 9-game hit streak for Chambly, and Sarah Mosley, the third baseman, will come to the plate. Had a big weekend at the Red and Black Showcase. Over 5 games, 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Her 3 homers and 13 RBIs both lead the team. Chambly, a speedy base runner on first. Georgia, a slow start on the Red and Black Showcase. They lost to Boston on Friday. Split that day as Mosley lasers one to right at Lawrence for the second out. Chambly stays put at first.
Here's the catcher, number 11, Lindy Ray Davis.
And the freshman catcher, Lindy Ray Davis, steps in. Davis's 8th start. She's been splitting time with Peyton Bordeaux behind the plate. Takes for ball 1. Chambly on first, 2 down in a scoreless bottom of the first. One and one on Davis. Defensively, Gardner Webb has Alexa Key in left field, Abby Goodrum in center, Mackenzie Lawrence in right, Andrea Lyon at first, Riley McCurry at second, Kaylee Nicholson at short, and Arceli Pesqueda at third. Bridget Strobel behind the plate. And Sydney Gilbert in the circle, typically a drop ball and changeup pitcher. Weak grounder to the circle. Gilbert backhands it, gets it to first for the out. Pair of scoreless frames. And we head to the second.
Georgia Athletics would like to thank T-Mobile, the 2022 presenting sponsor of Georgia Softball. Thank you for your support of Georgia Athletics. T-Mobile, bringing 5G to hometowns across the SEC. The University of Georgia would like to thank Delta Airlines, the official airline. Coca-Cola, the official soft drink. Georgia Power, the official power source. And EPA, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs.
To the second we go on the SEC Network. Jack Sadegan with you.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Gardner
Gilbert,
Webb, pitcher number 18,
Strobel, and McCurry. The 4, 5, 6 hitters due up after Rogers went 1, 2, 3 in the first with a couple strikeouts. So the two pitchers match up to start the second. Gilbert fouls the first pitch away. Chance for the sophomore to help her own cause. On the season, she is 3 for 19 with 3 RBIs. Gardner Webb not generating a ton of offense in their first 9 games, averaging just under 3.5 runs a game. But they've been winning the close ones, 4 and 2 in 1-run games. That pitch swung on and missed, quickly 0-2. And already matching their win total from last season. Here's the 0-2. That one's hit out to left. Chambly has a play on it and makes the catch on the foul line. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the second.
Here's the catcher number 7, Bridget Strobel.
Bridget Strobel coming to the plate. The junior from Colorado. Coming off a 2 for 4 game with a double and 2 RBIs against ETSU. She fouls the first pitch back. Strobel catching today, transferring from the University of Northern Colorado out of the Big Sky Conference. Had 14 starts at catcher there in the last 2 seasons. Gardner Webb making use of the transfer portal. They brought in 4 players from the transfer portal, lost a few players as well. That pitch upstairs, 2-1. And Their head coach, Bailey Wignes, said she hadn't had a ton of experience with the transfer portal. She spent 3 seasons as head coach at USC Beaufort. That's an NAIA team. So she didn't have access to the transfer portal, had to use it for the first time. She said it was a little bit overwhelming. But Gardner Webb able to bring in a few players, and Strobel is one of the best that they brought in. Wignes says she didn't have any connection to her, just had seen her catching film, liked it, had seen her hit, and thought she could help her improve her swing as well. And once she came for her campus visit, she felt like they connected right away. Infield pop-up, Rogers has it, 2 down.
Here's the second baseman, number 27, Riley McCurry.
That'll bring up Riley McCurry, the second baseman. Rogers has now retired 5 straight. Her first pitch to McCurry is fouled into the netting. McCurry, a sophomore from North Carolina, on a 4-game hit streak. Had a 2 RBI double in the Runnin' Bulldogs last game. That pitch pumped in for a strike, 65. Rogers looking for back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Here's the pitch. Just fouled back. McCurry not expected to be a starter for Gardner Webb. She stepped into the second base role after their starter had a concussion. Bailey Wignes said she's come up with a couple of big hits. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Rogers has 3 strikeouts in back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second.
Gardner Webb scoreless. We move to the bottom half of 2 here at the Jack. Dolphins, get ready for the community coffee Padres. We've got a couple of contestants, Wynn and June. They'll have to balance their community coffee pod on their spoon as they race down the left field foul line. The first one to make it around the cone, in fact, will have their pod on their spoon, will win. Contestants, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! They're off. Oh man, they are focused. Gwynn is behind, can she make it up? Pardon me, Gwynn is with the lead. But here comes June. It's gonna be a race to the finish. Who's gonna win it? It's a tie. Congratulations to Gwynn and June. You two are today's winner and will be going home with a prize box from Community Coffee. Thank you to Community Coffee for their support of Georgia softball. Now here to lead off the bottom of the second inning.
Bottom of the second, Lacey Fincher tapped preseason All-SEC to lead things off for Georgia, with Sydney Gilbert still in the circle. Fincher has been the designated player in most games this season, starting at first today. Takes inside for ball 1. Rogers in the circle for Georgia, 2 1-2-3 innings. Gilbert gave up a base hit to Sidney Chambly in the first, but Chambly was left on first after Davis ground out to the pitcher's mound to retire the side. Fincher, the senior from Alabama, a quiet start to the season by her standards. She had a home run against Fresno State on February 12th. No other extra base hits, though. And that's coming off of a massive 2021 season. Her .345 average led the team. She had 15 home runs. That was tied for 10th in the SEC. 37 RBIs and a .734 slugging percentage. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fincher leading off the bottom of the second. And she flares one into right. That's off the glove of Lawrence. Fincher will head to second as the ball rolls towards the wall. Fincher now to third, and she's in safely. So a relatively hard hit ball off the glove of the right fielder. Lawrence got away behind her, and Fincher takes advantage, heading to third. We'll see how that's scored.
Here's the DP, number 3, Jada Fields.
Fincher trying to break the deadlock here in the second, 60 feet away as Jaden Fields, the designated player, steps in. Fields hitting .368, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Takes outside, ball 2. And the Fincher play ruled a triple. So Lacey Fincher leads off the bottom of the second with a triple. The 2-0 low. 3 balls and no strikes to Jaden Fields. Takes ball 4, a 4-pitch walk for Gilbert. Runners on the corners for Georgia. So after a strong first inning from Sydney Gilbert, she gives up a leadoff triple to Fincher and then a walk to Fields. And now Jada Kearney comes up. Kearney, a sophomore from Columbus, New Jersey, shows bunt. Here goes Fields, throw down to second in time. Strobel with a dart from behind the plate gets Fields at second. The junior catcher with a nice play. Kearney takes a strike. Strobel actually calls her own game behind the plate. You almost never see that at the college level anymore. Bailey Wignes says she has just such a good feel for the game. She feels confident letting her do that. And Wignes said that Strobel is arguably the best defensive catcher that she's ever had the chance to coach. That pitch fouled above the Gardner Webb dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the center fielder, Jada Kearney. Kearney hitting .261, a home run and 5 RBIs on the season. Fincher on third. That pitch is sent out into right. Fincher heading to the plate. The throw is not in time. A sac fly for Jada Kearney. And we have our first run of the game. Lacey Fincher tagging up from third to score.
Here's the shortstop. It's number 24, Ellie Armistead.
Now Ellie Armistead heads to the plate. Shortstop swinging a very hot bat. She shows bunt, push it in front of the pitcher circle, and reaches on the first pitch she sees. So Armistead hit 3 home runs, 2 triples, and had 7 RBIs in 5 games at the Red and Black Showcase. And decides to break the scouting report and lay down a bunt to reach here in the second. And now the 9-hitter CJ Landrum coming to the plate. First pitch to her. She shows bunt, pulls back. Armistead, tremendous speed on first. Already a steal on the season. Landrum, a lefty slapper. That's 5 of her last 6. Third base playing way up for Gardner Webb. Landrum takes another strike, quickly behind 0-2. Armistead caught, but she's able to get to second. Strobel's snap throw to first had Armistead caught between the bases, but nobody was covering second for Gardner Webb with their infield playing so shallow. Armistead in scoring position. Georgia already with a run here in the second. Landrum grounds it to the circle. The throw to first off target. Armistead scores, 2-0 Georgia. So Gilbert knew the speed of Landrum. Maybe tried to rush the throw a little bit. And Landrum reaches. Have to wait again to see how that one scored. CJ Landrum is the fastest base runner for Georgia. She's 2.6 down the line, which is elite speed for college softball. Tony Baldwin chatting with Savannah Sykes on what to do as she comes up for the second time. Wiggness meeting with Gilbert, who will stay in the game. No activity in the pen right now for Gardner Webb. Running Bulldogs severely limited in this midweek. Only 12 players available. Sykes, a deep shot to right field. That's off the top of the wall. Landrum will score. Sykes holding up at third with the stand-up triple. 3-0 Georgia. Savannah Sykes goes off the top of the wall in right field. And the first pitch to Sydney Chambly misses. Landrum's at-bat ended up being ruled a base hit, with Armistead advancing on a throwing error. So now Savannah Sykes on third, 2 away in the bottom of the second. All of Georgia's runs in this inning have come with 2 outs. Fincher started the inning with a triple. Armistead and Landrum have base hits, and then Sykes triple. The 3-0 to Chambly. Missed inside, 4-pitch walk. Runners on the corners.
Third baseman, number 33, Sarah Mosley.
And Sarah Mosley will come up after lining out to right her first time up. Mosley, a big power bat for Georgia. Lights on at Jack Turner. Shade starting to spread onto the field. 2-0. In there for a strike. 59 miles per hour from Gilbert. Line drive in the gap in right. That's off the wall. One run is in, another run rounding, and Chambly will score. 5-0 Georgia, a 2 RBI double for Sarah Mosley. Five runs in the second.
Here's the catcher, number 11.
And Mosley now 15 RBIs as Lindy Ray Davis steps up. Everyone in the lineup has come up for Georgia now in the second. Davis ground out to the pitcher's mound to retire the first in her first time up. All 5 of the Georgia runs with 2 outs. Quickly 2-0 to Davis. Tony Baldwin saying that he told his hitters after splitting on Friday at the Red and Black Showcase last weekend to be a little more patient at the plate. Just felt like they were swinging at a lot of pitches that weren't strikes. And he thought it improved throughout the weekend. We've seen the patience in the game today. Baldwin said typically when you play some of the mid-major teams, they'll try and throw you pitches out of the zone to see if you swing at it, but eventually they have to throw strikes if you're patient. And that's when you can get the big extra base hits. Mosley on second, 2 away, the 2-2. Grounded right side, McCurry struggling with it. And she has no play. Mosley thought about heading home, dove back into third. So most likely an E4. Davis reaches, runners on the corners again for Georgia. And Lacey Fincher comes up for the second time this inning. It is an E4. Davis reaching on the air by McCurry. Gardner Webb's had a couple chances to get out of the second here. First pitch to Fincher in the dirt. Fincher led off the inning with the triple and then scored on a sac fly from Kearney. That pitch, a strike, 1-1. Scoreless first inning, 5 runs for Georgia here in the second. Georgia stayed put at number 18 in the rankings after a 4-1 weekend on the Red and Black Showcase. A loss to Boston that weekend. Their other loss was to Central Florida in the season opener. They lost on a walk-off home run in extra innings. That one flared foul. 3 Gardner Webb defenders giving chase. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fincher. The Alabama native that battled some back issues last season. Baldwin said that just really wanted to stay healthy this year, and he feels like she could have an even better year than she did last year. As that one's popped into the infield, and Gardner Webb gets that 3rd out. Cascade is securing it. 5 runs for Georgia off of 5 hits and 2 Gardner Webb errors.
Here in the Jacks, you can stay with us.
And we head to the 3rd.
Hey fans, it's now time for the Breda Pest Management Doghouse Shuffle. Harry Dog is hiding Breda's logo under one of Uga's doghouses, so watch closely. Keep your eyes on it. Which one is it, dog fans? Good news, Harry. House number 2 is protected by Breda Pest Management and is pest-free. Thank you to Breda Pest Management for its support of Georgia Athletics.
She just moved to LA, go to UCLA, and she drive a Maserati, and she got a body, she be tryna party, she be tryna party. She just moved to LA, go to UCLA, and she drive a Maserati, and she got a body, she be tryna party, she be tryna party. Circle for a shawty, she just got the way. 24 in a day.
5 runs for Georgia in the second. And now Gardner Webb will come back up after 2 1-2-3 innings for Britton Rogers in the circle for Georgia. The Bulldogs with 5 runs off of 5 hits and 2 Gardner Webb errors in the second. All 5 of those runs came with 2 outs. First pitch to Kaylee Nicholson, the shortstop, is cut on and missed. Nicholson, a junior from Evans, Georgia, coming off of shoulder surgery this past spring. Alexa Key and Mackenzie Lawrence also due up in the 3rd for Gardner Webb. One hit high into the air, shallow right. Sykes backing up from second. She makes the catch. Seven up, 7 down for Britton Rogers.
The left fielder, number 8.
And now Alexa Key, the left fielder and the 3rd and final left-handed hitter in the lineup for Gardner Webb, coming to the plate. She cuts through the first pitch. He, a junior from Arizona, who Wiggness said has started to understand her role a little bit more in trying to flip things to the top of the lineup. Quickly 0-2 to Key. Key on the season, 2 for 19. And she transferred from South Mountain Community College, where she had a monster 2021 season. That pitch called strike 3. 4 strikeouts for Rogers. Now Mackenzie Lawrence, the 9-hitter, due up. Lawrence on the season, 4 for 12, a double, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch from Rogers, misses for strike 1. Britton Rogers cruising for Georgia. And she had a tough opening weekend. Another swing and a miss. Baldwin said he just wants to see Rogers continue to throw competitive pitches. Has felt like she's created some offense for other teams when falling behind in the count. She's issued a decent amount of walks. 20 walks for Rogers on the season. That has dominated so far today. That pitch fouled over the left side, out of play. Five runs for Georgia in the second. And Rogers holding things down in the circle. A ball and 2 strikes now to Lawrence. Two outs, nobody on. The 1-2. Line foul. Wiggness had to dodge it over at third. Another 1-2 in the dirt. Lawrence continues to battle. Lawrence didn't play much for Gardner Webb in 2021. This is a pretty inexperienced roster overall. Andrea Lyon, the only player with major playing time last season for Gardner Webb. Full count now for Lawrence. Payoff pitch, grounded foul. Lawrence continues. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. Called strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Rogers. She has 3 straight 1-2-3 innings. 5-0 Georgia, bottom of the third coming.
Hey fans, it's now time for the Cheese Cam, brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. All right, we've got our contestants, Cedric, Letty, and Kareem, are going to give us their cheesiest faces, and you, the fans, will help us pick the winner. All you have to do is cheer for your favorite. All right, Cedric is up first. All right, next up, here's Lenny. Give us your cheesiest. And here comes Corey. Oh, wow. All right, fans, you've seen the faces. The cheesy one, it's time to vote. Will it be Cedric? Will it be Lenny? Or will it be Corey? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it to Cedric. Our fans have spoken. Cedric, you are our winner. Congratulations, you won a gift card to Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Softball would like to thank Grindhouse Killer Burgers for their support. Here to lead off, bottom of the third inning for the Dogs, the DP number 3, Jaden Field.
5-0 Georgia. Bottom of the third, Jack Sadigan with you on the SEC Network. And Andrea Lyon is the new pitcher for Gardner Webb. Replaces Gilbert, who went 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, 4 of those earned off of 6 hits and a couple of walks. Starts off against Jaden Fields. Fields, Kearney, and Armistead due up for Georgia. All 5 of Georgia's runs came in the second inning. Lyon, typically a side-to-side pitcher, a lot of upspin, and the changeup is her #1 pitch. Her best performance of the season, 7 innings, no earned runs against Rhode Island. Gardner Webb ended up losing that game 2-1. And Lyon threw a good amount of innings for Gardner Webb last season, over 50 innings, a 5.05 ERA in 2021. Popped up, out of play over the right side. Georgia had 10 hitters come up in the second. Lacey Fincher got to bat twice. Fields in the second walked before she was caught stealing. 2-2, high and outside, full count. Payoff pitch, hammered to left field over the head of Key. Fields motors into second, a stand-up double. Now she heads for third. The throw got away in shallow center. Fields slides into third. Heads up base running from the designated player for Georgia.
Next up, here's the center fielder number 8. It's Jada Kearney.
So at least a double, maybe a triple coming on the scorecard for Jaden Fields. Jada Kearney, the center fielder, coming to the plate. An RBI on a sac fly to right that scored Fincher for the first run of the game in the second. Scoots out of the way of that pitch for ball 1. Sky ball, center field. Goodrum backing up, makes the catch. Fields will tag and score easily from third. 6-0 Georgia. Yet another sac fly for Kearney. 2 RBIs for her. 7 on the season. And so Fields, after what was scored a double and advancing to third on a throwing error, scores the 6th run of the game. Ellie Armistead at the plate, bunted her way on, and then scored in the second. Takes upstairs for ball 1. Armistead working a lot on her swing recently, trying to be more compact. And she saw the rewards this past weekend at the Red and Black Showcase. 8 for 13, 3 home runs, 2 triples, and 7 RBIs in 5 games this past weekend. Friday against Delaware was a career game for her. 2 home runs, a triple, and 4 RBIs. And Baldwin said Armistead has a great twitch. She reacts well to pitches. All 3 of her home runs were to the pull side. As she sends one in the air, an infield pop-up. McCurry, the second baseman, has it. 2 down in the bottom of the third. 6-0 Georgia. And CJ Landrum, the 9-hitter, coming up. Armistead giving some advice to her teammate Savannah Sykes. Infield up for Landrum. She takes a strike. Infield pop-up. Nicholson has it easily for the 3rd out. Georgia gets 1 more after a leadoff double from Jaden Fields is brought in on a sac fly from Jada Kearney. 6-0 Bulldogs through 3.
I do run score. 6 runs. Good eye. Go fans. Thanks to Ed. Thanks to Jaden Fields double. It's time for the Eddie's Frozen Custard winning inning. Get on your feet and make some noise to win coupons for your entire section. Congratulations, you all, of our Andy's Frozen Custard winning innings lucky section. We thank you to Andy's Frozen Custard for their support of Georgia softball.
Through 3 innings, it's 6-0 Georgia over Gardner Webb. Jackson Egan with you on the SEC Network. Britton Rogers, 9 batters faced, 9 outs. And she's facing the top of the lineup for the 2nd time here in the 4th. The center fielder, Abby Goodrum, to the plate. She struck out her first time up, one of 5 strikeout victims. Swings at the first pitch and hammers it foul down the left field line. Rogers, 2 strikeouts in the first, another in the second, 2 more in the third. pitch in the dirt, 1-1. A Georgia pitching staff that didn't come into 2022 with a ton of experience. Georgia lost their #1 starter, Mary Wilson Avant. Avant carried the majority of innings for Georgia in 2021. Two-one to Goodrum. Way out ahead of an off-speed pitch, 2-2. Georgia also lost Allie Cutting, who threw the second most innings for them in 2021. Another off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. 6 strikeouts for Rogers. 10 batters faced, 10 outs for the sophomore right-hander. And now Araceli Pesqueda at the plate. She struck out in the first. Corners coming up for Pesqueda, who takes a strike on the outer edge. Mary Wilson Avant, nearly 209 innings last season. That was almost 55% of Georgia's total innings. She was 3rd in the SEC with 201 strikeouts. That pitch a strike, 64-mile-per-hour fastball, 0-2. And then Allie Cutting had another 58 2/3. Georgia only returning 30% of their innings from 2021. And Baldwin said he felt like that showed a little bit in the first weekend, but the staff continues to get better and better throughout every weekend. Kerpix, Rogers, and Mathis have taken the majority of the workload for Georgia so far this season. The 1-2 is hit hard to center field. Kearney a couple steps to her right makes the catch. First hard contact for Gardner Webb, but it's almost right at Jada Kearney. 2 down here in the top of the 4th, 6-0 Georgia. And Andrea Lyon, the best hitter for Gardner Webb, coming to the plate. Lyon now pitching after replacing Gilbert, who went 2 innings. Lyon moved over from first. Weak grounder past the circle. Armistead on the move, flicks it to first for the out. Britt Rogers is perfect through 4. And Georgia leads by 6.
6 runs to none. The Dogs are in the lead. We move to the bottom half of the inning. All right, fans. Who was a free teacher? It's time for the Losers Ice Cream Collection. Teacher Call. Hey, Dog fans. It's time for Andy's winning inning. It's time now for you to get on your feet, make some noise for winning. So hit some coupons for your entire section. Clown Doctors of Athens. Please welcome the junior PA, Addison from Massachusetts.
Savannah Sykes.
6-0 Georgia. Bottom of the fourth, Savannah Sykes bunting, throw to first in time. A 1-3 put out. Andrea Lyon, after taking over in the third, continuing in the circle.
Next up is left
5
fielder
runs for
Sydney
Georgia in the
Chandler.
second, another in the third. And Britton Rogers has been perfect through 4 for Georgia. Sydney Chambly fouls off the first pitch. Chambly a base hit in the first, a walk and a run in the second. Hammered to right, that's over Lawrence. Bounces to the wall, Chambly holding up at second with a stand-up 1-out double here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 hits on the game for Sydney Chambly.
Next up is third baseman
And
number
Sarah
33,
Mosley.
Sarah Mosley.
Who had a 2 RBI double in the second, is at the plate. First pitch to Mosley, she ropes to left field. Key able to make the catch, Chambly holds up at second. So first pitch
Next up
swinging
is
for Mosley,
catcher
she's
number
retired.
11, Lindy Ray Davis.
Lindy Ray Davis, the catcher, coming up. Grounded out to the pitcher's mound in the first and then reached on an error by the second baseman, Riley McCurry. Her second time up. Moonshot to center. Goodrum to her left, stepping back, makes the catch. A Sydney Chambly double left on the bases. The scoreless inning, still 6-0 Georgia through 4.
All right, fans, we want to thank Addison from Massachusetts for being our PA junior announcer. All right, y'all fans, be sure to join us all weekend at the Jack as Georgia hosts the 19th annual Georgia Classic. The Bulldogs are back in action on Friday, February 25th against Bryant and North Carolina at 3:30 at Sid PM. For a full schedule and list of promotions, log on to GeorgiaDogs.com. Bulldog fans, drink in today's game with an ice cold Coca-Cola. It's a new look, improved taste, new Coke Zero Sugar. Be sure to stop by the concession stands located under the soccer grandstand for all of your refreshment needs. Remember, all transactions are now cashless. Your attention please now. In for Georgia is number 20, Haley Eaton. In the left field for Sydney Chambly.
Through 4 innings, Georgia leads 6-0. Jack Sadigan with you on the SEC Network. Britton Rogers is perfect through 4 innings. She is chasing some history for Georgia. Only 10 perfect games ever for the Georgia Bulldogs, and the last one was in 2016 by Chelsea Wilkinson, who is now the pitching coach for Georgia in her first season. She starts off against Sydney Gilbert, who lifts the first pitch foul out of play. 6 strikeouts for Rogers. Georgia with a defensive change. Haley Eaton enters in left field for Sydney Chambly. That pitch low, 1-1. An important thing to keep in mind for Rogers is that even if she only throws 5 innings, it would still count as a perfect game. Even if Georgia were to score 2 in the next frame and win it 8-0, Rogers would get the perfect game and get the 11th perfect game in Georgia history. Her pitching coach, Chelsea Wilkinson, had 3 in her career, and they were all 5-inning games. The 1-2 to Gilbert, swung on and missed. 7 strikeouts for Rogers. Bridget Strobel. She popped up to the pitcher's circle her first time up. Takes outside for ball 1. The only hard hit ball so far against Rogers was a line drive by Pesqueda in the last inning, but it was right at the center fielder, Kearney. Meanwhile, Georgia offensively, 5 runs in the second. They had 10 hitters come up that inning and another in the third. That pitch in for a strike. Nice off speed from Rogers. About a 10-mile-per-hour difference from her off speed to her fastball. One out, nobody on, the 1-1. Low, 2-1. Rogers keeping herself calm. That pitch fouled back, 2-2. In Georgia history, there have been 26 pitchers that have combined to throw 45 no-hitters and then 10 perfect games. The last one, as I mentioned, coming in 2016. Chelsea Wilkinson against Georgia Tech. That one popped up in foul territory, just out of the reach of Lacey Fincher. That pitch inside. Full count. Second full count Rogers has had today. She had a full count in the last inning. Here's the pitch. Grounder right side. Taken by Sykes, who underhands it to first for the second out.
Second baseman, number 27.
14 straight outs for Britton Rogers. Gardner Webb, 12 players available, a few injuries. First pitch to Riley McCurry is fouled back and out of play. The 0-1 from Rogers. Poked foul. Britton Rogers. Perfect so far through 14 hitters. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 5 perfect innings for Britton Rogers. 8 strikeouts. And so her perfect game is still on the table. We'll see what comes in the bottom of the 5th for Georgia.
Softball fans, it's time for the 5th inning stretch. Brought to you by the Georgia United Credit Union. Everyone sing along. All right, cause this 1, 2. Oh, game. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause.
Six 0 Georgia through 4.5. A perfect game is on the table. Britton Rogers has retired all 15 batters she's faced. If Georgia were to score 2 here in the bottom of the 5th, they would win via the run rule, and Britton Rogers would get the 11th perfect game in Georgia history. Lacey Fincher will lead off the inning for Georgia. Takes ball 1 from Andrea Lyon. Lyon has now given up 1 run in 2 innings after she replaced Gilbert, who gave up 5 runs, 4 earned off 6 hits in her 2 innings. Fincher led off the second with a triple. Georgia scored 5 in that inning. Sykes also tripled in the inning. Mosley had a 2 RBI double. Armistead and Landrum had base hits, as that one has popped up, foul territory, and out of play. And then a leadoff double for Jaden Fields was brought in on a sacrifice fly from Jada Kearney in the 3rd to give Georgia the 6-run lead. Grounder left side, taken by Pesqueda, who gets it to McQueen at first for the out.
Here's the DP, number 3, Jaden Fields.
1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Jaden Fields who had a double and a run in the third and a walk in the second. Coming up, Fincher heading to the dugout with a triple and a run. She's now 1 for 3. First pitch to Fields. Upstairs, ball 1. Lyon has done a nice job settling things down after the big second inning for Georgia. And Bailey Wiggness said that it's going to be Lyon and Gilbert, the 2 pitchers we've seen today for Gardner Webb, that will shoulder the load for the Runnin' Bulldogs this season. Fields goes up the middle for a base hit. 2 hits now for Fields.
Here's the center fielder, number 8. It's Jada Kearney.
Jada Kearney coming up. She has 2 RBIs, 2 sacrifice flies, 1 to right and 1 to center in the second and third innings. Takes high and outside for ball 1. Five perfect innings for Britton Rogers. Kearney would be the winning run for Georgia this inning. Grounder right side, McCurry to second. The throw to first is not in time. So a 4-6 fielder's choice. Kearney swaps out with Fields at first.
Here's the shortstop. It's number 24, Ellie Armistead.
Ellie Armistead, who singled and scored in the second at the plate. Armistead with 3 home runs on the season. She certainly has the power to go yard pull side. Kearney on the move to second. The throw gets away. And Kearney moves into scoring position with a stolen bag. That's Kearney's first steal of the season. Georgia had a 2-out rally in the second where they scored 5. All 5 of those runs came with 2 outs. Armistead hits one up into the infield, though, that McQueen will secure for the 3rd out. So through 5, it's 6-0 Georgia. Britton Rogers most likely back in the circle. She's perfect through 5. Through 5 innings, it's 6-0 Georgia. Britton Rogers has retired all 15 batters she's faced, and she's back in the circle for Georgia. Now in the 10 perfect games in Georgia history, only 2 of them have gone past 5 innings, so a tall task for Rogers as Georgia was unable to close it out in the 5th. 2 runs would have ended it. And the 8-run rule still in effect throughout the rest of this game. Kaylee Nicholson at the plate takes ball 1. Nicholson popped up to second. That was in the 3rd. Off-speed pitch in for a strike, 1-1. Bailey Wiggness said it feels like freshman year for Kaylee Nicholson after the shoulder surgery, and she had a shortened 2020 season, as everybody did with the pandemic. That pitch swung on and missed. 1-2. But Nicholson finally getting some major experience. And she said Nicholson's been great at shortstop, needs some work at the plate, but she's getting better and better every day. The 1-2 from Rogers. Swing and a miss. Got her with the rise. 9 strikeouts for Britton Rogers. She struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters she's seen. And Gardner Webb will use a pinch hitter. Molly Montgomery, normally number 3. She's wearing number 81. Not sure if she forgot her jersey. Takes a strike to make the count 1-1. This is the first plate appearance for Montgomery this season. So Wiggness seeing if the junior from North Carolina can provide a spark. Montgomery the last couple seasons has struggled at the plate. She was 3 for 22 in 2021. Had a couple RBIs. Backhanded by Armistead. The throw to first is in time. Ellie Armistead was in shallow left field and was able to get it for first for the second out. Rogers stays perfect.
Right fielder number 19, Mackenzie Lawrence.
What a play by the shortstop, Ellie Armistead. And now Mackenzie Lawrence, the 9-hitter, is at the plate. That's the closest Rogers has been to allowing a base runner. The 0-1 cut on and missed. Nicholson way out in front of a breaking ball. Excuse me, that was Lawrence well out in front. Lawrence struck out her first time up in the 3rd. Rogers a strike away from 6 perfect. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Davis still has to go to first, and she does for the out. 6 perfect innings for Britton Rogers. How about that? We head to the bottom of the 6th. head to the bottom of the 6th on the SEC Network. Jack Sadegan with you.
Leading off the bottom of the inning for the Dogs, right fielders number 19, CJ
Landrum, Sykes, and Chambly, the
Landrum.
9-1-2 hitters, due up for Georgia. Andrea Lyon still in the circle. She's gone 3 and given up 1 run off of 3 hits. Infield way up for Landrum. Chopper to the circle, and there's the first out in the bottom of the 6th. Britton Rogers is perfect through 6 innings for Georgia. 2 runs here for Georgia would secure that perfect game, as the game would end on run rule. Otherwise, Rogers will have to come back out for the 7th to try and close out just the 3rd 7-inning perfect game in Georgia history. There's been 10 overall. Back to the leadoff hitter, Savannah Sykes, takes ball 1. Sykes a triple in the 2nd. That scored Ellie Armistead. Part of that 5-run second for Georgia. And extend her hitting streak to 11 games. High pop up behind the second base bag. Nicholson has it, 2 down. Andrea Lyon has quieted the Georgia offense. After they exploded in the 2nd, Lyon came in for Gilbert and has done very well. Haley Eaton at the plate. She subbed in for Chambly in left field and now hitting for her. Eaton 5 for 9 on the season, 3 RBIs. Georgia has a lot of depth this season, and Tony Baldwin, says he plans on using it. He likes the fact that anyone can kind of go in at any time for this team. He wants to play matchups this year, keep people fresh, keep the lineup healthy, as that pitch is fouled back, 1-2. And he said it feels like it makes players work harder, knowing that they could be in the lineup at any given moment. They could come into the game at any time. They're going to practice knowing that. 6-0 Georgia, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Haley Eaton. Eaton, a Florida native. 0 for her last 4 at the plate after 5 straight hits to start the season. Full count now. Eaton didn't play a ton last year. Mostly a defensive replacement, sometimes a pinch runner. She had 13 at-bats last season. Payoff pitch, outside. 2-out walk issued to Haley Eaton. And Sarah Mosley got a 2 RBI double in the 2nd. Steps in. Swung at the first pitch she saw in the 4th, flew out to left. That was her last time up. And she takes a strike this time. Fastball at 60 on the outer half. Weak bouncer to the right side. McCurry flips it to McQueen for the 3rd out. So Britton Rogers will have a chance to secure a perfect game for Georgia when we come back in the 7th here on the SEC Network.
The bottom of the 7th inning. Pardon me, the top of the 7th inning.
Here we go, 7th inning, Georgia trying to close things out, and Britton Rogers has a chance to do what only 2 players ever have done in Georgia history, throw a perfect game in 7 innings. There have been 10 ever, 8 of them in 5 innings and 2 in 7 innings. The last 7-inning perfect game was in 2008 by Katie Gaskill. A 3-0 Georgia win against South Carolina. Rogers threw 6 perfect innings, 10 strikeouts. Starts against Abby Goodrum, and the rise ball is swung on and missed. Goodrum has 2 strikeouts, both swinging in the 1st and the 4th. All eyes on Britton Rogers here at Jack Turner. Rise ball upstairs, 1-1. Closest Rogers came to losing the perfect game was a grounder that sent the shortstop Ellie Armistead into shallow left field, but she threw a strike to Lacey Fincher at first for the out. The 1-1, swung on and missed. Rogers is working in that off-speed pitch that's 10 to 12 miles per hour slower than her fastball and rise ball. And the Gardner Webb hitters have been way out in front of it when she's thrown it. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got her with the off speed. 11 strikeouts. Rogers is 2 outs away from a perfect game. Arcela Pesqueda at the plate. She hit a hard line drive to center her last time up. It was right at Jada Kearney. Swings at the first pitch and bloops it into center for a base hit. And so that's how the perfect game goes away for Britton Rogers. But still, what a performance from the sophomore.
First baseman number 11, Andrea Ryan.
Pesqueda with a base hit. Rogers was 2 outs away, but still an unbelievable performance by Britton Rogers as the first pitch to Lyon is fouled back. And Pesqueda just barely dropped a flare in front of the center fielder Kearney. Another foul back into the press box. A ball and 2 strikes to Lyon. Rogers trying to close things out for Georgia. They lead 6-0 here in the 7th. First midweek game of the season for Georgia. Georgia will host another tournament this weekend, the Georgia Classic with Bryant in North Carolina. Georgia Southern just dropped out this weekend. And so it'll just be those 3 teams. Meanwhile, Gardner Webb is heading to a tournament at East Carolina. Pop up in the infield. Armistead calls everybody off. Georgia is 1 out away. Gardner Webb this coming weekend will compete against Villanova, Farley Dickinson, and East Carolina. And then they have a doubleheader against Clemson coming up on March 1st. So another tough Power 5 opponent for the Runnin' Bulldogs. Sydney Gilbert at the plate. A one-hit shutout so far for Britton Rogers, 11 strikeouts. She was 2 outs away from the perfect game. The sophomore has been unbelievable in the circle tonight. Foul ball over the left side. Gets into the bleachers. Britton Rogers and Madison Kerpix have carried the load early in the season for Georgia. They could emerge as the 2 main pitchers once Georgia gets into SEC play. Rogers and Kerpix can both strike hitters out. That pitch fouled away. Lauren Mathis as well for Georgia, somebody who was working back early in the season. She was out for most of the season's lead up, got back into form, and has performed well when she's been called upon. Georgia nearing their 10th win. The main difference in this game, a 5-run second inning for Georgia. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. Taxing evening for Rogers. She's now thrown 90 pitches. Two-two. Hot shot to Rogers. She gloves it and gets it to first. A one-hit shutout for Britton Rogers. She was 2 outs away from a perfect game. And seals the win for Georgia. 6-0. And Georgia gets their 10th win of the season. Gardner Webb dropping to 5-5. The win belongs to Britton Rogers. A one-hit shutout for the sophomore right-hander. She's now 4-0 on the season. Thank you so much for joining us for this midweek game. For our entire crew, Jack Sadigan, thank you for joining us on the SEC Network.